No, guys, I'm going to have to take a rain check on that lunch offer. I have 5 new pages of dialogue to learn.
Special delivery for Megan Gordon.
Never heard of her.
This isn't a joke. I was coming over here to treat you for lunch, and the guard at the front desk asked me to give you this.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to say no to lunch. Sorry about that. This is probably from some author sending me a script he wants to read in his living room with a bunch of his friends. No, thank you.
Not unless he expects you to go all the way to, Texas.
Texas? It's from Max.
Hey, Clint. Got over here as soon as I could. What's this about Alicia Grant?
Oh, well, she sent this over to me last night. It's, really something, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. What is this, her high school science project?
No, it's a little more serious than that, Bo. There's a city inside Llantano Mountain.
Yeah, of course there is. Come on. What is this really?
I just told you. There's a city inside Llantano Mountain, and that's where Viki is.
Viki?
Now, I know it sounds impossible, Bo, but it happens to be true. They're all in there. Viki, Cord, Tina, Michael, Roger, Gabrielle, and Lord knows who else. Thank God I finally figured out how to reach them.
One failure after another. My whole misbegotten life. But no more. I've found the greatest treasure of all. The gold of Eterna. Can't let them find it. It's mine. All mine. You'll have to stay my secret for now. Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow.
Keep your ears covered, Viki!
It doesn't help! How did I trigger this thing?
The closet door was rigged!
It's getting worse!
No, it's no use! This is Danton Gordon's way of dealing with thieves!
Well, why is it so loud?
It's a punishment! It gets worse and worse until...
Until what?
Our eardrums shatter! Then we die!
Viki and Tina drove up to Llantano Mountain in separate cars, but they're not in them. We know that Cord and Roger drove up there together, but there's no trace of them. Now it turns out that Gabrielle is missing, and we know that she left Heavenly Hash with Viki. And now Michael Grant. Now, if they haven't all ended up down in that city, where in the hell are they?
I don't know, but I do have some questions to put to you. Now, if this city does actually exist, who built it? And since it's built on Llantano Mountain, which was owned by the Lords, how come Viki didn't know anything about it?
Who said she didn't?
So she's talked to you about this before?
Not directly, no. But both, she has had the same dream over and over and over. The same dream, that she was in an underground tunnel. Now, who's to say that it's not that tunnel?
What do you mean? She dreamt all this and then all of a sudden it became real?
No, of course not. What I'm saying is, what if she knew about this place 25 years ago and she was made to forget it? Now, if she could be hypnotized into forgetting her own daughter, why not a whole city?
Well, if that was true, then Lysander Clare would be involved. If he's involved, that also means that...
Right. Victor Lord.
Yeah.
Now, if he was... This place is on his property. It stands to reason that he'd know about it. For all I know, he ordered the damn thing built.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know that. I don't know how the man's mind worked. What I do know is that somebody created that place, and then they kept it a secret.
Well, not entirely a secret. Obviously, Michael Grand must have known something about it.
Oh, were you starting to believe me a little bit now?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is if Victor Lord is involved in this whole equation, I'll admit anything could be possible.
Now, Bo, I can't prove my theory, at least not yet. But for right now, it's all I've got to go on, and we have to start the search right away.
No, what search? Clint, I'm not ready to say this place exists, but, you know, if it does, how in the world are you going to even know where to look? All right, honey, I dumped the rest of that food. Now, I think we ought to just sit down and...
No.
You must be starving, girl. You haven't had anything to eat.
Look, I'm not going to open up another one of those cans and have a bunch of worms crawl out of it. It was really disgusting.
I think that was just an isolated case. I think if we had checked the can beforehand, that never would have happened. I don't think all the food supply here has been poisoned.
That's easy for you to say. You weren't the one who was about to take a big mouthful of worms. It was really gross.
Look, girl, you had yourself a big surprise. But that's all you had. Now, you didn't taste any of it, right? So you know you're not going to get sick from it.
Yeah, maybe not physically anyway.
I tell you what, we'll open a can and I'll taste it first. I'll be your official taster from now on.
So you think I'm being completely hysterical, right, and overreacting?
No, honey, I think you're being slightly hysterical. But I don't blame you, honey. I understand.
You're just saying that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, ever since you stepped foot into Eterna, things have been going wrong. I mean, you step in there and this cage falls down on top of you. Then you open a can full of worms, and I mean literally. Honey, if I were you, I'd be wondering what the hell's going to happen to me next.
I know, but you're so calm and cool about all of it. Why can't I be more like you?
And if you were more like me, that would be the makings of a pretty dull marriage, don't you think?
Don't try to make me feel better.
Honey, look, I just want you to know that it's all right to be anxious or afraid.
No, it's not. It's not, because it's never done me or anybody else any good. You know, every time something goes wrong for me, it's like I turn into a child all over again, and even I'm getting tired of it.
Will you stop being so hard on yourself, girl? Hey, you remember that time we were out in Arizona, right? And we're driving along, we get to this diner, we meet up with Dooley and Crystal, and they're about to have a baby. Now, who took charge there?
Great, so I'm great at having babies in the middle of nowhere. That seems to be my one talent. I'm not good at anything else.
The point is, you're not the only one who gets anxious or frightened. Hell, I'm pretty frightened myself right now. I don't know when we're going to get out of here.
What's the good of getting out of here if you're afraid of your own shadow? I mean, what kind of an example can I be for our own son?
Laura, will you stop it? You are a wonderful wife, you understand me? And a great mother.
I'm not so sure about that. I want to be the kind of mother that CJ can come to with his own problems and fears and doubts, and I'll be able to help him.
You will be that kind of mother.
Yeah, unless I get a grip on myself, that's for sure. I mean, I have responsibilities now, not just you and CJ. I mean, now there's Viki and her daughter. I mean, I've got to be able to help them mend this gap between them.
Gap? What kind of gap can there be between Viki and little Jessica?
Oh, I got so wrapped up in everything I didn't even tell you. Viki found out that the father of her missing daughter is Roger Gordon.
Michael, we have to get out of here. I can't take this anymore.
No, that's not gonna do any good. I told you. My father warned me about that closet. Oh, wait. I remember he hid something here, which is just kind of an emergency.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Ear protectors. He hid them somewhere down here. It's our only hope. Help me look.
much you've come to care for little Al, even though you and I have reached an impasse. Impasse, nice way of saying he dropped me like a bad habit.
Come on, go on, go on.
I'm hoping you'll be able to overlook our differences and help my son.
What, is little Al sick?
No. It's something else. Wanda's called to tell me that Gabrielle is missing. She can babysit occasionally, but with Heavenly House, she can't be available all the time.
Poor little guy. Does he want you to babysit?
No. He goes on to say that Wanda has hired a woman to look after Al temporarily, but if Gabrielle doesn't turn up in the next day or two, I'll have to find an alternative.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, he's going to have to come back to Llanfair, Megan, to take care of his son.
Well, I don't think he thinks that. I can't possibly get back to Llanview right now. Work here on the ranch has reached a critical stage. I realize I'm asking a big favor, but would it be possible for you to...
To what?
Would it be possible for you to bring Al to the ranch? I'll buy the ticket, and you can fly down with Al, and then turn around and be home the same day, with little inconvenience as possible.
Look, Megan.
I mean, the goal of that man, with as little inconvenience as possible, what do you think that I'm going to do? Just go flying down there?
Just wait a minute. I don't think that letter was easy for Max to write, you know?
Yeah, well, 10 times harder for me to read it. Would you mind, Megan? Please, Megan, for little Al's sake. Well, Mr. Holden, you can take that Texas ticket and just shove it. What?
Despite all your protests, Megan, you're not over Max, are you?
Don't be ridiculous. I was over that man the minute that he chose a dirt ranch over me. He means nothing to me.
Nothing?
Yes, you heard me, nothing. Yes, I care about little Al, but I'm not going to do his father any favors. As far as I'm concerned, Max Holden, well, if I never see him again, it'll be too soon.
Are you sure you didn't misunderstand Viki when she told you about this? I mean, maybe she didn't necessarily mean...
Look, if you don't believe me, ask her. They met, they fell in love, and she got pregnant.
Okay, this is Roger's version, right? I mean, maybe he's pulling the same kind of scam that Leo pulled when he tried the same stunt.
Cord, you know Roger. Is he anything like Leo?
No, he's not, but still,
Look, it's the only thing that makes any sense. All this dream she was having. See, it wasn't a dream. It really happened. And she followed him back down here, and then she accidentally touched one of those safety devices, and there was a big explosion.
So that's how Eterna was sealed off from the rest of the world, and how Viki and Roger were separated.
Right, and that's how she became Nikki Smith.
Oh, so that's why your daddy wanted to erase her memory, not just about the baby, but he wanted to cover up Eterna, too. Man.
As much as I hate to admit it, my father wanted to protect his gold, even if that meant sabotaging his daughter and his own grandchild.
Listen, when Roger told Viki about this, how'd she react?
Well, she was stunned, of course. But then she was in for quite a big shock.
Yeah, I can well imagine. I mean, she and Sarah have always gotten along real well, but it's quite another thing to imagine Sarah being her own daughter.
Yeah, well, I think you're in for a shock here, too. You see, I mean, Sarah and Viki have always gotten along. It's almost like they're soulmates, but Viki's daughter is Megan.
Megan? Honey, no, that can't be. I mean, the two of them, they just don't get along. There is no mother-daughter feeling there at all. At the Banner, not too long ago, they got into this huge cat fight.
So, I mean, Viki and I haven't always been loving sisters. I mean, people would have never said that we were cut out of the same cloth, but we are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, I guess. And Megan wouldn't be the first one who had a natural inclination to disagree with her parents.
So you see why I'm needed to be mature and everything? Because I really need to help Viki try to mend this bridge between her and Megan.
Honey, you'll do just fine. Listen, I'm gonna go find Roger. We really need to get to work on that transmitter. You gonna be all right?
Hey, don't worry about me. This radio's our one chance to get out of here. I'm gonna go looking on Viki.
You give her a hug for me, huh?
Yeah, I will. Oh, boy. take more than a few hugs to get along with Megan.
Man, why don't we just forget about this transmitter thing and see if we can find another way of sending an SOS signal up topside?
What other way? Look, I know the odds are against anybody picking up a signal from this, but we still got to keep trying to fix it. We've had so much bad luck lately, we're due for a little good.
You got that right. Well, let's see if two heads are better than one. Let me get some new wire here. Oh, wait a minute. What's that?
What?
You got yourself a flashing red light over there on the control panel.
Oh, no, I was so busy with this, I didn't see that.
What is it important? Oh, right.
This light means somebody's trapped in the supply chamber.
Well, what, another booby trap?
Yeah, to catch would-be thieves.
Man, I will bet you any money that is Leo. I tell you what, why don't we just let him sit there and cool his heels for a while?
You don't understand. This isn't the same as just doors slamming shut and locking. There's this high-pitched sound that just gets louder and louder and kills who's ever trapped inside the supply room.
Man, I wouldn't even wish that on Leo. Come on, let's get him out.
No, wait, look. The only way we can unlock that door is to short-circuit this control panel. And that means our radio, too, because it's connected to the same power source.
Let me get this right. The only way we can stop that noise is by blowing the computer panel, which is also going to blow our only chance of contacting the outside world?
Yeah, and we don't even know if anybody's really trapped in there. This could be a malfunction.
Come on, Roger. You know that we don't have any choice. Let's see through this.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Come on! Anybody trapped in that room, let's get out of there.
This place is supposed to be built into Llantano Mountain? It's huge, not to mention the fact that the whole topography was drastically changed. Hell, how are you even going to find an entrance into that place, assuming that the whole place even exists?
You about through with your doom and gloom report?
I'm just trying to be realistic.
So am I. I'm not dealing with only theory, Bo. We do have some facts. We've got 3 cars, Viki's, Roger's, and Tina's, all abandoned and all in the same general area. Now, doesn't that tend to suggest that the entrance is nearby?
No, that's more assumptions, that's all.
Well, then, damn it, I'll just assume that that's where I should start.
All right, well, no, what about this poppy field that Larry Wolick told you about? Now, I suppose there's one of those up there, too?
Well, look, like you just said, the lay of the land was changed by the avalanche. But Viki mentioned a poppy field one time, said it was her favorite place on the mountain. I even saw a picture of the poppy field when I showed a photo survey to Tina. The picture disappeared, but Tina was convinced that Gabrielle stole it.
More fragments.
But they all fit, Bo. They all fit. Look, if you're looking for proof, if you're wanting something you can hold in your hand and use in a court of law, I don't have it. All I got is a gut reaction. And that gut reaction tells me that Viki and those people are down in here, and that is where I'm going to start digging. Ace is bringing some oil drilling equipment up there tomorrow.
No, wait a minute. Wait just a second.
Now, if you're looking for more proof,
No,
I don't have
I'm
it.
thinking about Viki and those people up there right now. If we start blasting away on that mountain, we may not be talking about lives. We may just start another avalanche.
Now, see, I covered all these sections of the tunnel, and every time I felt like I was getting to an opening, I came on another section that the avalanche had closed off.
Same thing happened to me about right over there.
Great. We go off in opposite directions, and what do we find when we come back? That we're right back where we...
Right back where we started from.
Christine, important news. Oh, so you are still here.
But don't start with me, Leo, because this time I'll be the one to throw the first punch.
What's the matter, Coleman? Did I interrupt your latest attempt to seduce my daughter?
Daddy, Wade and I were just going over these sketches of the city. We're trying to find a way out.
Yes, that may be what you were doing, sweetheart, but I know what Coleman was after. He's a married man, but he can't resist trying to have a little bit on the side. I've seen his type too much.
Yeah, right, in the mirror.
That's enough! Daddy, how am I going to get through to you? There is nothing going on between Wade and me. And even if there were, I'm an adult, and I don't live my life to please you. Not anymore. So, you came in here with some news. What is it?
Yes. Well, I have important news. Darling, you will never have to rely on people like Viki Buchanan again. Nobody. From now on, you'll be able to count on me, just like you did when you were a little baby.
Leo, what does that smell on your breath? Don't tell me you've had time to construct a still while you're down here.
Wait, come on. Daddy, what do you mean that I can still count on you?
Suffice it to say that from now on, the world will have to recognize my brilliance as an archaeologist. I shall be amply rewarded for that. And you, darling, will be on Easy Street for the rest of your life.
I have had about all I can take of these grandiose plans and these dreams that never come true, Daddy.
No, Chrissy, you don't mean that.
No, I've never meant anything more in my entire life. Why don't you just stop giving me all these promises and start being a father, okay? Unless you've, forgotten how.
You did this. You and Viki Buchanan. You turned her against me. Well, I won't forget it, you know. I won't ever forget it.
Chair over there, will you? Come on. I want you to sit up in a chair.
Thank you so much. I thought my head was going to break in two.
Now, Roger,
Thank you.
just have a seat here, okay?
Okay.
You saved my life, you two. Thank you. I didn't think I could stand it for another minute. Oh, my God. Michael didn't have any ear protection. Is he all right?
Stay with her. I'll check him out.
He saved my life. There was only one pair of those ear protectors. He gave them to me.
Were you talking about Michael Grant helping somebody other than himself?
Yes, if it hadn't been for him, I'd be dead. He gave me those ear protectors. There was only one pair.
Michael! Michael, you all right? Can you hear me? Roger! Look, you're gonna be all right, Michael. You're gonna be okay. Vicky's okay. You just rest.
What?
Just rest. Just rest.
I can't hear you! My God, I can't hear you!
Read this. It's just a temporary hearing loss. If he just stays calm, the pain will subside and he'll be able to hear all right.
How can you be so sure?
I know how the alarm works. Cord and I got here before any permanent damage could be done.
Temporary?
Yes.
Trust him, Michael. Trust?
Did you say trust? I hear you say trust?
Yes. Oh, thank God he can hear. Thank God. Oh,
What's going on here? Something wrong?
We just had a little run-in with some sound effects. That's
it's all right, darling. I'm all right, thanks to Michael.
What happened?
Vicky and Michael, they stumbled upon another one of them booby traps. Only this time they didn't just get stuck in here. There was this ear-piercing sound that almost killed both of them.
Oh, my God.
The operative word is almost. I think Cord and Roger arrived just in the nick of time.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God, I can hear myself now.
I guess from what Vicky is saying, we should be thanking you, huh?
Yeah, your ears will probably ring for a few days, but you'll be back to your old self again soon.
Yeah, my old self.
Michael, I don't know why you sacrificed yourself to save me, but if I can ever repay you,
No,
I will.
it wasn't a sacrifice. There was one set. You needed them more than I did.
Well, what do you know? Not only is Michael Grant our latest hero, but it looks like he's got a modest streak, too.
Michael, you saved my sister. Thank you. I just never thought you had it in you.
Neither did I. But after all the trouble I've caused, that's the least I could do.
Look, we'd better get you back to your room. Cord, lend me a hand.
No, that's okay. Thanks. I can manage.
Boy, just when you think you've seen everything.
Yes. Well, I thought that Eterna had only brought us pain and suffering, but I should have had more faith. It turns out some good can come of all of this.
No, not for long if we don't get that radio fixed. Let's go for it.
Yeah, right. I'll be right with you, Roger. Listen, honey, maybe you take care of Vicky. Make sure she gets some rest. And ladies, please.
I know. We'll be very careful. Don't worry. Eterna is still very dangerous.
No, just leave it on the floor, Sarah. I have better things to do than to worry about that. Something tells me you may want to read this letter again.
Why?
Why bother? He hasn't changed any. He still wants everything on his own terms. That might be all right for some women, but not for me, Sarah. Megan, did it ever occur to you that you might be protesting just a little too much?
So what if I am?
You admit it?
I'll admit that Max Holden still gets to me. If I went down there with little Al right now, well, you know what would happen.
Now, why don't you tell me?
The minute I'd see him, I would start feeling... Well, I would start having feelings for him, and I would start hoping and planning, and I know that he would end up disappointing me again in the end. And I just can't go through that again, Sarah. I just can't.
Well, at least you're being honest.
All right, so now tell me that I'm making a big mistake.
Nope, I can't do that. You know, I know for a long time I had to force myself not to see Cord. Because I knew if I didn't, I was never going to be able to let go.
And then you finally did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it took a lot more than just time and distance. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until he married Tina that I was able to really put my feelings to rest. It was pretty hard at the time. But in the long run, I think it was, I don't know, it made things easier.
Well, then you can understand why I can't go to Texas.
Yep, I can. I just wish that we could find someone to make this getting over Max a little easier.
Yeah. Well, give me that letter. He's right. Little Al belongs with him as long as Gabrielle is missing. I'll call Wanda and tell her that I'll buy a ticket for the babysitter and have her take little Al down to his father. And then I will write a polite little letter to Max explaining what I'm doing.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, now that that's settled, why did you suddenly want to invite me to lunch?
You're right, there was something else that I wanted to talk to you about, but all this talk about Max, it just slipped my mind. Look, Megan, it's about Dad. I think something is very wrong.
Excuse me. Your butler said I should come right in.
Oh, Alicia, please do. You know my brother, Bo?
Yes.
Hello, Mrs. Grant.
I was just showing Bo the model that you sent over last night. He seems to have his doubts about looking for that underground city.
No, it's just that I can't see wasting valuable time when Viki and the rest of these people might be miles away, above ground.
But they are underground. I have proof of that now. Once I found the model and the maps in my husband's study, I knew that I had to look for more evidence that could connect him with Viki. I hoped that I wouldn't find anything, but I found this.
Well, it looks like an old audio tape.
Well, no, it's a lot more than that. And having heard it, I can no longer pretend that Michael was innocent of all that's been done to Viki. As much as I hate to say it, he's been her chief nemesis.
You're talking in circles with Alicia. What's on the tape?
Proof that Michael knew about Viki and her missing child for years. He also knew about the secret city, Eterna.
Eterna, that's the name of this place?
Yes. I thought about burning this tape. I would have done anything to keep from bringing it here. But after all the things that my husband has done...
I know how hard this is for you, but if it's going to help us find Viki and those others...
That's why I had to come to you again. Because no matter what my husband's done, I still love him. We have to save him, Clint. Him and all the others.
Now, wait a minute. If Dad wasn't in his Jeep, then where was he, Sarah? Sarah, if the police found his Jeep empty, then where was Dad?
They don't know, all right? But wherever he is, he's not alone, because when they found his Jeep, it was parked near the spot where they found Viki's car.
What, Viki is now up on the mountain as well?
She's been missing for 24 hours.
Oh, this is like a deja vu. What, did she get kidnapped again and Dad's flying off to rescue her?
No, this time the circumstances are different. You see, Tina's missing, and they think that Cord went up there to try to find her.
What, Cord is now involved in all of this as well?
When they found Dad's Jeep, they found Cord's notebook in the passenger seat. Apparently, he and Dad drove up together. Boy, this is starting to sound like a French farce. Is there anybody in Landview that isn't up on that mountain?
The way the police and Rafe see it, Tina was missing, so Viki went up to look for her, and then Cord and Dad went up to try to find Viki.
And now they've all disappeared.
No, there's more.
More?
Gabrielle Medina and Michael Grant. They're also missing.
So why have we been sitting here talking about Max if Dad could be in trouble, Sarah? You know, I heard on the news that there was an avalanche up there. Now, Dad and the others...
Look, I don't think there is any reason to just expect the worst here. There's only one thing we can be sure of. Despite what Dad says, he is very involved in Viki's life, and I think it affects a lot of other people's lives, too, including ours.
Don't start that again, Sarah.
What? Do you think it's just a coincidence that Dad is up there? That every time Viki is in danger, Dad is right there? Megan, doesn't that tell you something?
Yes, it tells me to stop speculating, get my butt up on that mountain, and try and find Dad.
I want to find Dad, too, all right? But I also want to find out the truth. Now, what if Miss Lovett was protecting Mom and Dad and even us? What if she deliberately lied about our births?
Listen, we can worry about that later, all right? Right now, we've got to find Dad.
Maybe the key to finding him is to understand the connection between the Buchanans and the Gordons.
Sarah, I do not for one moment believe that one of us is Vicki's daughter. I do believe, however, that our father is in trouble and needs us. Now, are you with me or aren't you?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right, then let's go.
Well, I guess we should go and find the others and tell them what we found. What we haven't found.
Wait a minute. You're still upset about your father. Come on, we can talk about it.
We've got more important things to worry about besides. I'm sick of laying all my problems on you.
I thought we were friends.
We are.
Well, okay then. You've never had any trouble telling me your problems before. What's going on now?
Thanks. Well, you saw him. He's not getting better. He's getting worse.
I think it's obvious that his fever's come back.
It's more than that. I'm afraid that he's literally losing his mind, Wade. You think so too, don't you?
I could lie to you and say no, but the signs point that way. Look, we're all under a lot of pressure being trapped in this stupid underground city, but I think your father's being affected by it more than the rest of us.
But this went on even before Eterna. I just think that finding this gold down here has made him lose touch with reality. Wade, what can I do?
For him, I don't know. But I'm a lot more concerned about how to help you. How can I help you?
Helping me has gotten you down here, leaving your work and your wife.
Listen, Marilyn and I had a lot of problems before I had even heard of Eterna.
Still, she must be frantic, not knowing where you are.
I wonder if she's relieved to have me out of the way after all the problems I've caused. You know, even if we get out of here, I'm not so sure she'll want to take me back.
Oh, Michael, I heard what happened in the supply room. Are you all right?
Here, bumblebees in my head, but I'm okay.
Don't make light of it. You could have been killed.
Apparently, the gods of Eterna decided that my number wasn't up yet.
For a man who came so close to death, you seem awfully somber, if not downright depressed.
I found this diary a little while ago. It was kept by a citizen down here, and it details what happened to my parents just after they put me in that tunnel and sent me to my freedom.
Maybe you shouldn't be reading this right now.
They put me in that tunnel. And then I could hear them screaming.
Michael, I've never seen you like this. Are you going to be all right?
I feel like I'm 8 years old again. I have got to come to terms with it. I have to bury my parents, and I have to bury the past. Look, I don't want any sympathy. I'll be okay. You go on.
Are you okay?
I just wanted a little time by myself. How's the transmitter coming?
Slowly. Roger's out now trying to hunt up some more parts. What are you doing way up there, huh?
Thinking.
You still worried about Viki, huh?
It's just so unfair. I mean, she's finally found out who her real daughter is, and she may never even have a chance to tell her.
We are gonna get out of here. You understand me? You, me, Viki, all of us.
That's what I keep telling myself.
I'm telling you that that radio is gonna be just fine. You said it yourself, right? I'm a regular genius. Once Roger finds the right parts, that's all we need.
Honey, I have complete faith in you. It's just everything else.
Why don't you just think of this as a test? A test of our faith and of our love, huh?
Yeah, well, I think I've been tested enough for one lifetime. I just want to find out when you and I get to graduate. You know, I wasn't just thinking about myself either. All this thinking about everything has just made me worry about CJ. I mean, I wonder who's taking care of him, and I wonder what they're telling them about his mommy and daddy.
And you gotta know that whoever CJ is with right now, you know he's being loved and well cared for.
Yeah, but it's not like being with his real mommy and daddy. I mean, you know how you pick up CJ and you put him over your head and he squeals?
Yeah, he does like that, doesn't he?
He loves it. And you're the only one that can do that for him. It's like when I sing. I know I'm not Barbra Streisand or anything, but there's nobody in this whole world that can sing to my son like I do.
I got news for you, little lady. You got a lot more songs to sing to our son, and I've got a hell of a lot more holding to do myself. Honey, I'm gonna get you out of here, even if I have to go through that rock with my bare hands. You understand me? It's just gonna take a little time, that's all.
Oh, honey, it's happening again. Hold me.
All right, Tina, listen, it's just a little tremor, that's all.
Just a little tremor? Honey, the water's all churned up. Just like I am. I mean, honey, I'm worried. What if we run out of time before we find our way out of here? My God.
Oh, just hold me.
Of course, of course. You know, no matter how many angry words have gone by, I still couldn't deny you anything. You know, I've been thinking about your suggestion that we keep our partnership going.
No, not now, Gabrielle, not now.
No, don't you see? I am so worried that if and when we get out of here, we could be facing some very, very real problems, legal problems, if Viki decides to press charges against us.
It doesn't matter anymore.
You're right. Exactly right. It doesn't matter because you saved her life. I'm sure she wouldn't prosecute. Oh, it was just such a wonderful strike. I think we should keep doing it while we're looking for the gold. I'm sure we can convince everyone that we...
Gabrielle, I did not. She was dying. I wanted to save her. You think I was faking it?
You've convinced me. I'm just saying that we should convince everyone else that there could be a new Michael and a new Gabrielle. And when we do find the gold, then we'll have a golden new reputation.
How did you ever become so completely cynical? I can't believe it.
I had a good teacher. And don't you tell me for 1 minute that you've given up on everything that you want.
Look, I don't know what I'm after anymore, but it is not gold and it is not reputation. I have to get some air. Air. Down here.
Well, you still think I've gone around the bend?
No, not anymore.
Now you know why I had to bring you that tape.
Michael must have known about Eterna a long time before he heard Victor's tape. Otherwise, why would he have that model built? Now, he's been after Eterna and his treasure for a long time, and he was willing to sacrifice Viki to get to it.
I don't blame you for hating Michael. But if he's trapped out there with Viki and the others, I have to try to rescue him somehow.
No, well, you don't have to worry. We're going to find him. Mrs. Grant, I think my brother and I would like to sit down with him and have a little talk about what he's done. Isn't that right, Clint? Clint?
The tape told me more than I bargained for. It tells me that Viki's young lover was the father of her daughter.
Yeah, but it still doesn't say who the young man was.
No, but it tells me enough. It tells me he's from Eterna. My theory's right, Bo. Viki's past was so closely connected with Eterna that her search for her daughter led her back there. I just hope that her search for her daughter had...
No. Hey, if she's down there, we're going to find her. We're going to find all of them.
I hope and pray that you're right, Bo.
I'll add to that. I hope that when we find them, it's not too late.